I believe we are live. As per usual, we probably are live. I'm just double checking to make absolute sure so we don't do a show without anything happening. So we are live. Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information comes from the smart device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History,
Historical calendar,
and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music you're hearing, and anything we gather throughout the show, check the underbar, the description, the sidebar, whatever it is that you want to call it. I don't know. The UI seems to change daily nowadays. Anyway, I am once again Aoxander.
I'm Dr. Senior Lunk, Santa Cruz DDS.
Yes.
And I'm Papi.
Dupapi. I don't know what the fuck this is. Bibbidi. Anyway, on with the show. Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Dupapi, why don't you start us off today? I don't think you've ever started us off before.
Yeah, what happened? Where's the script at?
Yeah, I don't see the script. Hold on.
Oh, I am stupid. Like, okay, well, this is a huge mistake on my behalf. I didn't even post a script. Whoopsie. So here's this. So while I'm doing that,
Okay.
wow, I'm stupid. What the fuck?
Today it's brought to you by weed. Weed will help make you forget shit.
I don't
Weed
need help
was
with
for dinner
that.
today.
Well, the script should be there now. It should be updating.
It is
Okay.
Alright, where do I start?
1370.
Yeah.
Alright. 1370, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
1370, Northern Crusades, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and the Teutonic Knights met in the Battle of Radau.
Interesting.
Yeah. Battle of Ragdoll. Ragdoll.
Rudau.
Okay, good. Rudolph.
Rudau. The Battle of
Rudolph.
Ragu. It was a
Rag
saucy fight.
Ragu.
Those ain't tomato chunks, boy. That's body chunks. Jumping up to 1411, following the successful campaigns during the Ottoman Interregnum, Musa Celebi, one of the sons of Bayezid I, became Sultan of the Ottoman Empire with the support of Mircea I of Wallachia.
Nice. What mean Wallachia?
Wakanda.
Wallachia? Forever and ever. Also in 1500, Duke Friedrich and Duke Johann attempted to subdue the peasantry of Denmark in the Battle of Hemmenstedt.
Interesting. So whatever the peasantry was doing, maybe having a revolt? Like, the peasants, they're revolting. Oh yes, they are a disgusting bunch, aren't they?
Well, the most people were being broke. That you're getting mad about being broke.
Yeah. Jumping on to 1600, on his way to be burnt at the stake for heresy at Campo di Fiori in Rome, the philosopher Giordano Bruno had a wooden vice put on his tongue to prevent him from continuing to speak. Well, that's rude. You know, you're gonna burn the guy alive. You're gonna take away his right to speak. That's just rude.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Poor Bruno. Justice for Bruno.
Mars?
No,
No.
Giordano. Yeah, Bruno, whoever that was. I think,
Yeah.
this is a little loud.
In 1621, Miles Standish is appointed as first military commander of the English Plymouth colony in North America.
Cool.
Yep.
What is that? 55 years later, in 1676, 16 men of Pascal de Erie's expedition were lost at Evangelisius Islets at the western end of the Strait of Magellan. People went missing and such.
Or they ain't going missing, or disappearing, getting sick during those times.
Yeah. But people to this day are still going missing. Like, if you look at a map of, like, all the missing persons, areas in North America, and overlay that on a map of all known cave, areas, it's almost a 1-to-1. So how many people, just got lost in caves?
Hey, what's in those caves that's making them disappear is the question.
Well, there's a whole theory about an inner Earth and all that stuff. And that's something I'd like to bring up in the Jabberwocky, honestly. Like, it's been an intriguing subject, and I saw something not too long ago, a video about it. And it really does bring a lot of questions. Like, what is in the Earth? Like, there's so much historical evidence of things that are now covered up, like a hole, in the North Pole that leads into, like, the other Earth or whatever it is, like the inner Earth or something.
Talk about the hollow Earth.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Jumping up to 1739, the Battle of Versailles commenced as the Marathas moved to invade Portuguese-occupied territory. Sounds like they were trying to get the Portuguese out.
Yes. Also in 1753 in Swedish, February 17th is followed by March 1st, as the country moves from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar.
Interesting.
God damn.
So tomorrow would have been March 1st for them, which doesn't make sense because the Gregorian calendar is the one that we use, and tomorrow's not March 1st. So, I don't know. All this system shift is always confusing, Like how this is pronounced Arkansas, but that's Arkansas. Why is this not Arkansas? Or
it's not Arkansas.
I don't know.
It's not your Kansas. It's not my Kansas. It's not Arkansas. It's Arkansas. Arkansas.
Jumping on up to 1801, the 1800 U.S. presidential election resulted in a tie in the Electoral College between Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr, which was resolved when Jefferson was elected president of the United States and Burr vice president by the United States House of Representatives. So cool.
Yep.
So two people who would have been president. That's really cool.
So that's when he started making vice presidents and shit?
No, I think George Washington had a vice president, so I think that was part of the thing the whole time. First vice president of the United States, let me look this up here. Who was appointed as the first vice president? John Adams in 1789. Yeah, George Washington's vice president was John Adams. So, yeah, the vice presidency has been around since the presidency. Why don't you tell us about 1814? Somebody.
Sure. In 1814, War of the Sixth Coalition, the Battle of Mormont.
Battle of Mormont, I assume, began? But the Battle of Mormont, it was fought during the War of the Sixth Coalition between an Imperial French army under Emperor Napoleon and a division of Russians under Count Peter Petrovich Fallon near the town of Mormont, some 50 kilometers southeast of Paris. Interesting. Yeah, it happened today. Started and ended. So, jumping on up to 1819, the United States House of Representatives passed the Missouri Compromise for the first time. Which makes me wonder, like, how do you pass something multiple times? Isn't the law one and done? But yeah, the Missouri Compromise was a United States federal legislation that stopped Northern attempts to forever prohibit slavery's expansion by admitting Missouri as a slave state and Maine as a free state. Oh yeah, so this was part of the whole, like, you know, uh, shadow war between the North and the South before the actual Civil War happened. Like, there's a lot of, states being formed to get an upper hand or to equalize, in the House of Representatives and such.
I'm
Okay.
I'm about to get off, dude. Like
Uh,
this is about to get really loud right here. They're about to move in a loader now.
okay, well, I'm not hearing anything, so I mean,
No, oh no, they're just barely parking right now. It's about to get loud as fuck. So
uh,
I'm gonna get off for a minute and see how it goes.
all right. Well, before you go, why don't you take 1838 here?
Okay, give me 1 second. Moved everything around. Or just read that one and then I'll hop on the next one.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. In 1838, Weenen massacre, hundreds of Vootrekkers, along with Bottles Clan River native, are killed by Zulus. Wow, the Weenie.
That sounds Africa, right there.
Yeah,
Zulus. Yeah.
yep, the Weenians.
All right, in 1854, the United Kingdom recognizes the independence of the Orange Free State.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder if it's a state that's free of oranges, or that appears to be in
Free
South
or,
Africa.
or the oranges free. Free oranges.
Yeah.
All right, I'll catch up. I'm gonna see what's going.
All right. Moving on to 1859, during the Shokshi-Kinina campaign, the French Navy captured the citadel of Saigon, a fortress manned by 1,000 Nguyen dynasty soldiers en route to conquering Saigon and other regions of southern Vietnam. Why is it spelled that way?
Nice.
Vietnam.
I have no.
What the hell? Well, I guess that's what it was called back then. So,
Yeah.
because what was it? Thailand was Saigon, right?
No, I don't know. No, Saigon was I don't know. My brain done backfired. I have no idea.
Let's see here, Saigon. Saigon today. Oh, wait. Where is Saigon? Okay, it appears to be Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Okay, yeah, southeastern region of Vietnam. Oh! Oh, wait, no, not Saigon. I wasn't thinking of, The King and I. What's that?
Siam, the king of Siam.
Siam. Siam is now Thailand. So I was right. It wasn't Saigon. Saigon was the city of South Vietnam. So, but yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, Saigon. There we go. Saigon and I'm brain dead today. What the hell? It's right there. Jumping up to 1863, a group of citizens of Geneva founded an International Committee for Relief to the Wounded, which later became known as the International Committee of the Red Cross.
Yes, that's awesome. The Red Cross has been created.
Yeah, over 100 years, like 150 years now or
Yeah.
something. Like,
And they're still going.
yes.
1864, the American Civil War, the H.L. Hunley becomes the first submarine to engage and sink a warship, the USS Housatonic.
Housatonic, yeah. Yeah, the Hunley. Here's what it looked like. It
I didn't even know
actually,
they had submarines in that time.
yeah. Well, like I mean, innovation, gets a huge boost during wartime. But yeah, no, I saw something about the Hunley, and I didn't remember if it had sank or not. But apparently, the general consensus is that. Because see, here's what happened. It didn't launch a torpedo. It had a fixed torpedo on a boom that was like way out in front. And what happened was the concussion from the explosion, which was successful in sinking the U.S. ship, The concussion, as we know today, is a lot stronger in water, and it killed all the crew aboard the Hunley, and it just sank.
Damn.
Yeah, and we have since found it. Like, this is actually it. Like, and it has to be preserved in water. Otherwise, it would start to disintegrate and everything. But yeah, could you imagine?
So, in a way, they were suicide bombers.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's not give the left any credence to start calling white people the inventor of suicide bombing. But yeah, there's that. Jumping on up to 1865, also during the Civil War for America, Columbia, South Carolina was burned as Confederate forces fled from advancing Union forces. So it sounds like a scorched earth policy type thing going on there.
Pretty much. Also, 1967. Well, no. 1867. The first ship passes through the Suez Canal.
Dude, the music, I'm not sure if you're hearing it, but it was timed perfectly. Like, right as you realized it was in 1967, the music stopped. And then, like, it was really cool. That was non-intentional. Like, I love it when things like that happen. But,
yeah, you can't get that
yeah.
You can't make this shit up.
You can try, but yeah, no, the Suez Canal. So yeah, that's the same canal that was blocked off like last year or something, by that idiot driver. Dude, did you see the path that ship took? Like, it literally went around in weird like circles, and then it drew a dick in the ocean, and then it went up into the canal and then lodged. Jumping on up to 1913, the Armory Show opened in New York City, displaying works of artists who are to become some of the most influential painters of the early 20th century. Paintists.
What the fuck's a paintist?
I don't know.
A person who paints with like a piano. A paintist.
A paintist. Picasso.
Okay, also in 1919, the Ukrainian People's Republic asked the and the U.S. for help in fighting the Bolsheviks.
Yeah.
Bolsheviks, yeah.
Yeah, Entente, which the Entente, I believe, was leftovers from the Axis powers. What was the Entente 1919?
Let's see. Asking Germany for help. Help us.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, the Triple Entente describes the informal understanding between the Russian Empire, the French Third Republic, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, I believe. So, the Ukraine, they were asking U.S. and pretty much all of Europe for help against the Bolsheviks. Which the Bolsheviks came from Russia. So, jumping on up to 1944, a heck of a leap from 1919 to 1944. During the Second World War, the Battle of Untitled began. Then it ended in a U.S. victory on February 22nd, which is 5 days from now. So a 5-day long battle. That's pretty long.
It is. Also, in 1944, in World War II, Operation Hailstorm begins. U.S. naval, air, surface, and submarine attack against Turok Lagoon, Japan, main base at the Central Pacific, in support of Ian Wartok.
So these two are a connection.
Yep.
So it's a multi-pronged thing. The Battle of Iwatog was fought between February 17th and February 23rd, 1944, on Eniwetok Atoll in the Marshall Islands. The invasion of Iwatog followed the American success in the Battle of Kwajalein to the southeast. So, interesting.
Yep.
Jumping on up 5 years to 1949, Chaim Weizmann began his term as the first president of Israel. Here we go. The great land grab. So, I really should, what I think I should do is after we've, after the announcement that, I'm making on the 1st of March, and after we've successfully migrated most people over from my channel to that channel, I'm going to post that video I have onto my channel and see how quick it'll take before I get banned. What's that noise?
I have no idea.
It sounded like somebody was blowing right into the mic.
I'm chewing on my microphone like
Oh.
always, but that's it.
You should stop chewing on your microphone. You're going to damage the wire and break it, and you're going to have to get a new headphone. And then you're going to get all mad. Jumping up one decade in 1959, during Project Vanguard, Vanguard 2, the first weather satellite, was launched to measure cloud cover distribution. Cool.
Nice.
What else happened in 59?
Awesome. Also in 1959, Turkish Airlines Vickers Viscount crashes near Gatwick Airport, killing 14. Turkish Prime Minister Adnan Menendez survived the crash. Oh, good. He survived.
Good. Jumping up to 1964, Gabonese President Léon Mba was toppled by a coup, and his rival Jean-Hilaire Aubame was installed in his place.
Damn,
That's not too friendly.
They're never good. Okay, also, 1 year later, 1965, the Ranger 8 probe launched on its mission to photograph the Mare Tranquillitatis, aka the Sea of Tranquility, region of the moon, in preparation for the manned Apollo missions. Ultimately, for the site to be chosen for the Apollo 11 lunar landing.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
It's a scouting mission, robotics, drones and stuff. Well, not really drones, but like piloted drones, I guess.
Yeah.
4 years later, in 1969, U.S. Aquanaut Barry O'Cannon died of carbon dioxide poisoning while attempting to repair a leak in the Sea-Lab 3 underwater habitat, ultimately for the facility to become abandoned. So,
Damn, I didn't know they had a fucking Sea-Lab for real.
yeah.
I thought that was a cartoon.
Sea-Lab underneath
the water.
Sea-Lab at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, that's the parody of the actual cartoon, Sea-Lab 2020.
Yeah, Sea-Lab 2021, and now we're in 2022. Like, that's funny. I always viewed that as like something in the future, and now it's in the past.
Yeah, where the fuck is our Sea-Lab?
Yeah. Well, COVID. That's what happened to it.
Yeah. Well, also in 1972, accumulate sales of the Volkswagen Beetle exceeded those of the Ford Model T.
Yeah, that means that the total sales finally went beyond. Which, by the way, the Volkswagen Beetle was something inspired by Funny Mustache Man from the 1930s and 40s of Germany. You know, he's the perpetuator of that. Like, he was giving the people's car. That's what Volkswagen stands for, the people's car. He spearheaded that company to start, not just the Beetle, but the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize that.
And he is, yeah, just like in Top Gear, and he brought that shit up.
Dude, I just realized something. That makes every hippie a Nazi because they all drove that damn bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that Fillmore in Cars is actually a Nazi sympathizer because he is a Nazi car. Dude, oh my god. That's why Fillmore and Sarge hate each other. Oh my god, because Sarge is a World War II vet.
I'm doing something. I'm on the show. Sorry. Damn.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, dude. I think I just started a whole new theory branch here. Like, I have to share it with the theorists.
Fillmore's a fleeing Nazi.
Yes. Moving on up to 1974, Robert K. Preston, a disgruntled U.S. Army private, buzzed the White House in a stolen helicopter. Yep.
What the fuck? Holy shit!
I think he was executed for treason later on. I'm not sure. Let me see what happened to him. Oh yeah, he flew a Huey over the White House. There's one injury, but it was non-fatal. Huh. let's see here. Let's see what happened. Aftermath. Apparently he was. You know what? If anybody wants to know about this, I'm going to add this to the underbar because we have other things to talk about than to focus on one particular article of history. Moving up to 1979, the Vietnamese Sino War began, which is between China and Vietnam. That's right, China was trying to invade Vietnam after they were licking their wounds from, 50, 60, 70 years of fighting, against the French?
Yeah.
Like, they were fighting since before the Second World War. Or, yeah, like, since around the First World War, actually. So, then 1 year later, in 1980, Krzysztof Wielicki and Leszek Shiki performed the first winter ascent of Mount Everest.
Nice.
But I'm not sure if it was successful.
Who knows? No one knows.
Because as the saying goes, every dead body on Mount Everest used to belong to a highly motivated person. So, yeah, people gotta learn their place,
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about 92?
In 12 years later, in 1992, during the first Nagorno-Karabakh War, Armenian troops massacred over 20 Azerbaijan civilians during the capture of Nagorno-Karabakh. Wow.
Yeah, Azerbaijani civilians and capture of Garadali. Yeah. Yeah, that's not nice. Killed 20 innocent civilians, dude. Like, why do people keep having to massacre people? This is ridiculous. 3 years later, in 1995, the Sino War began between Peru and Ecuador, ended on a ceasefire brokered by the UN. So, the UN is just like, okay, guys, stop. Stop killing each other, you bunch of silly billies.
That's our job.
Yeah. Yeah, like, they gotta worry about, banana farming. Like, we'll worry about killing people, okay? Leave that to us. The United States.
Yeah. Also in 1996, in Philadelphia, the world champion chess master Gary Kasparov defeats Deep Blue supercomputer in a chess match. Yeah, that's iconic.
Yeah, dude. Like, when I was writing this, well, I'm saying this for the viewers because you were here when this happened. But when I was writing this, I accidentally wrote down Cheese Master.
Yeah.
I am such a foodie. Also in 1996, NASA's Discovery program began as the NEAR, which is Near Earth Asteroid Rendezvous, Schumacher spacecraft lifted off for the first mission ever to orbit and land on an asteroid, which was €433. Didn't we talk about it actually landing like a day or so ago? So it took a whole year in space for it to finally get there, it seems. Also in 1996, so third article of the same day, same year, the 8.2 MW Biak earthquake shook the Papua province of eastern Indonesia with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 8, which is severe, creating a large tsunami that caused the deaths or misplacement of 166 people and the injury of 423 others. So, deaths or misplacement means they went missing. So.
Yep. In 2006, a massive mudslide in southern Leyte, Philippines, caused the deaths of 1,126 people.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Over 1,000 people in a mudslide. Like, they were all buried and everything. Like, that's horrifying. That and sinkholes. Like, I saw a story a while ago about, this guy who just, chilling in bed, and then he fell into a sinkhole, and then he died in there. Like, his brother remembered hearing the muffled screams, but they just couldn't get him out. And he's still there to this day. Somewhere out buried in the ground is a skeleton laying in a bed. That's wonder if like 1,000 years from now, if archaeologists just dig that up, like, oh, what happened to this guy? He fell into a cenote. Jumping on up 2 years into 2008, Kosovo declared independence from Serbia. Nice.
Good. Also in 2011, during the Arab Spring, Libyan protests against Muammar Gaddafi regime began.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds planned. People put it in the position. Well, people who put there, because I heard he was doing great things for them.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've spoken about this on the show before. Like, Muammar Gaddafi was trying to do the evil, horrible, despicable thing of getting his country, and by extension all of Africa, off of the U.S. dollar and back onto a gold standard. What a monster. No, that guy was a hero to his people, his nation, and his continent. And to humanity. He was just trying to do good, and then, all of the economic hitmen started going on, the jackals, and then the destabilization and everything, and, man, so I hope somewhere down the line, this man, Muammar Gaddafi, would be viewed as a hero rather than a villain, because he was not a horrible man. But also in 2011, and also during the Arab Spring in Bahrain, security forces launched a deadly pre-dawn raid on protesters in Pearl Roundabout in Manama. This date is known today as Bloody Thursday. So,
Damn.
Yep.
That's Bloody Sunday, Bloody Monday, Bloody Thursday.
State Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yep.
What happened in 2015?
In 2015, 18 people were trampled to death, with another 78 injured in a stampede at the Mardi Gras parade in Haiti. Holy shit.
What's with all the stampedes, in religious areas, in festival areas?
I didn't even know they celebrated Mardi Gras.
I didn't either. But apparently they do. Yeah, didn't we have
That's
a stampede?
awesome.
Didn't we have kind of a mini stampede recently with what's his face out in Texas?
I think so.
Those people dying of heart attacks and everything. I forgot his
Yes,
name.
yes, Astro Road. Yes, Astro Road.
Yeah.
People were fainting.
How does that happen? It's supposed to be a gathering of fun things, not death,
So many people are so excited to the point they're,
Yeah.
their excitement is so hard to contain, so they pass out with excitement.
Well, speaking of people getting overexcited, in 2016, military vehicles exploded outside a Turkish armed forces barracks in Ankara, Turkey, killing at least 29 with another 61 people injured. I wonder, they just spontaneously blew up? Did they get hit by something? Did they hit something? What happened? It just says they blew up. So.
Damn.
That's not good.
It must have been extremely hot in Turkey for that to happen.
Yeah. Before we get into births and deaths, as per usual, any articles, interest you greater than any others?
Yeah, and in the Civil War of the H.L. Hunley.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you. The first
submarine.
The first submarine attack. Well, it's not the first submarine attack. It's the first successful one. The first one actually. The first one actually happened during the Revolution, U.S. or American Revolution submarine, and it was called the Turtle. And if you're in my stream right now, you'll be seeing it's basically like just a large barrel operated by one guy. Yeah, he has all these different screws and levers and everything. The front one, this is forward and back. This is up and down. This is the steering. And essentially, what he did was, he had this little viewport here to look out of, and there is some contraption. You're right here. There's a drill. He drilled into the bottom of a ship, and used gripper grabbers to place a stick of TNT or some kind of bomb in there. It was unsuccessful, but this was the actual first documented case of a submarine in warfare being used in an attack. So, Yeah.
It looks funny.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the births and deaths here. Starting it off, as soon as I find it, here we go. Births. Starting it off in 624, we have Wu Zetian, a Chinese empress consort. Jumping on up 400 years, or 404 years into 1028, Al-Juwayni, a Persian scholar and imam. What is an imam? Let's see here. Imam. It's a religious leadership position. Imam is an Islamic leadership position. For Sunni Muslims, Imam is most commonly used as the title of worship leader of a mosque. In this context, imams may lead Islamic worship services, lead prayers, serve as community leaders, and provide religious guidance. Interesting. 1646, we have Pierre Le Peasant Sieur de Bois-Guilbert, a French economist. 1758, we have John Pinkerton, a Scottish antiquarian, cartographer, author, numismatist, and historian. Well, first off, an antiquarian, I assume, has to be something with antiques. But let's look this up real quick. Antiquarian.
He's probably against aquariums.
Antiquarian, resulting in relating to or dealing in antiques or rare books, and a person who studies or collects antiques or antiquities. So yeah, I guess what's spot on. But I don't have a clue what a numismatist is. Maybe something to do with numbers.
It sounds like a number.
A numismatist is a specialist in numismatics, which include collectors, specialist dealers, and scholars who use coins and other currency in object-based research. Okay, so a coin collector. Interesting. Why don't you take a few?
Sure. In 1718, we have René Laennec, French physician who invented the stethoscope.
I think it was 1781.
Oh, 1781.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1781, René Laennec.
Yep.
French physician who invented the stethoscope.
The stethoscope. You know, that cold thing doctors
The
put
thing
on
that
your
goes
chest.
in the ear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it goes in the doctor's ear, and then they put it on your chest, and it's cold as hell.
And we have, in 1843, we have Aaron Montgomery Ward, U.S. businessman who founded Montgomery Ward.
Interesting.
Ooh. And in 1879, we have Dorothy Canfield Fisher, U.S. educator, reformer, social activist, and author.
Yeah, like, those words are alarming to me. Like, educational reformer, social activist, you know, like, watch out. Which side was she on, you know? Jumping on up to 1881, we have Mary Carson Breckenridge, a U.S. nurse midwife who founded Frontier Nursing Service. Well, that sounds pretty cool. In 1910, we have Mark Lawrence, a U.S. actor, director, producer, and screenwriter. And then in the year 1919, J.M.S. Careless, a Canadian historian and academic. I would not want someone named Careless in either one of those fields, in my personal opinion. But, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, so they say. Can you stop chewing on your microphone, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. 1920, we have Annie Castor, a U.S. disability and communication disorder advocate. Cool. 1942, Huey P. Newton, a U.S. terrorist who co-founded the racist anti-white Black Panther Party. Like, Black Panther Party was, like, anti-white, right? Like, they always went around, like, hating and everything. Like, right?
I think, no, not really.
Not
That's
really.
the new Black Panther Party.
Well, yeah, I was thinking, like, because, like, you know, if you watch the movie, what was it? Life's Like a Box of Chocolates, Forrest Gump. Like, they were really aggressive and hostile towards them. But then again, that is a movie. But yeah, jumping on up to 1948, Jose was born today. Mexican singer-songwriter, producer, and actor. In 1963, we have Larry the Cable Guy, Get Her Done, U.S. comedian and voice actor. Also in 1963, we have Jen Hsien Huang, a Taiwanese U.S. businessman who co-founded NVIDIA. I know NVIDIA. The ones with the graphics cards and everything like that.
Yep.
1963, you know, I love yelling his name, but I kind of want to give you the next couple of ones, you know, just to be fair. So.
Okay. In 1963, we have Michael Jordan, U.S. basketball player, legend, and actor.
Hell yeah.
And cunt.
And cunt? What do you do?
No, I'm joking. Well, he does invest his money in prisons, and he does have Chinese kids making his shoes.
That is a point.
Also, we have 1965. We have Michael Bay, U.S. director, producer, and explosive addict.
Yeah, he's not a fanatic. He's an addict. You are correct. My word wasn't strong enough.
Yep.
1972, yeah. We have Billy Joe Armstrong, a U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, actor, and producer.
He made the band Green Day.
Ah, that's a good band.
Yeah.
Green Day. Is that Wake Me Up When September Ends?
Yes.
Yeah.
An American Idiot.
I don't want to be an American idiot. What up? 1981. Well, speaking of American idiots, 1981, we have Paris Hilton, a U.S. model, media personality, actress, singer, DJ, author, and businesswoman. But also in seriousness, she's only a skank. You know, she's only famous for being famous.
You're a fucking DJ. If she's a DJ, I'm a fucking dentist.
Well, I mean, you know, I think she's a DJ as more of a dick jockey than disc jockey, you know? Like, I mean, she is a retard, you know, you don't expect her to know what, you know, DJ actually means. So, you know, she probably just saw the coolest sounding things and checked it off and be like, oh, label this as me, girlfriend, yeah. You know, like, whatever.
Well, I'm still a dentist. If she's a disc jockey.
Yeah. And then 1991, Ed Sheeran, English singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer. Dang.
Yeah.
No. All you, sir.
And on to deaths. We have, in 364, we have Jovian, Roman Emperor. And in 1673, we have Molière, yeah. French actor and playwright.
Mm-hmm. And Molière, I don't know why that name, like, you know, hit me, but, like, this guy's in my memory for some reason.
Some past event thing, probably?
Maybe, but it says here, Jean-Baptiste Poquelin, known by his stage name Molière, was a French playwright, actor, and poet. Widely regarded as one of the greatest writers in the French language and world literature. His extant works include comedies, farces, tragic comedies, comédies, ballets, and more. Interesting.
Yeah. Also, in 1680, we have Denzel Halls. Yeah, first Baron Halls, English politician. The Halls. Also in 1680, we have Jan Swammerdam. Damn, what the fuck did the damn dude use to Swammerdam? Dutch botanist, zoologist, and entomologist.
Yeah, no, like, Jam Swammerdam. Like, there's a guy I knew online called Jam Amsterdam or something. So that's the first thing I thought of. It's like, wow, the name sounds very familiar.
1849, we have Maria de las Mercedes Barbudo, Puerto Rican political activist who was the first female independencia on the island.
I wonder what an independencia. Part of the Puerto Rican. Yeah, it's a political party, the Puerto Rican Independence Party. So she was the first female in that party. That's cool.
Yep. Damn, 1990 we have Geronimo, Native
Geronimo!
American
Sorry.
tribal leader. No, he did not die from falling. Not to my knowledge.
No, he died from being a badass. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit! I didn't know he died last year. Rush Limbaugh
Yeah,
in 2021.
yeah, last year,
Rush
today.
Limbaugh, U.S. talk show host and author. Oh, that's just new to me.
Yeah. I thought he had died. I wasn't sure. I saw the name. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But it was still a bit of a shock, you know, like these big names that have been around all your life, suddenly they're gone. It's just like, whoa, you know.
Not really. He wasn't really that big for me because I didn't even know of him
Well,
as much.
you know of the name, you know, like that's the point.
Yeah.
But anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. For your dose of past events daily, I am A.O. Xander.
I am Dr. Senior Lunk.
And you are you.
Yes.
We stream every day. Time is still pending, but mostly in the morning or the absolute latest, the early afternoon. Like right now, it's 1:41, and we're wrapping up. You can also find something else here.
You can find Sohin TV on Twitch.
The link to that is also in the underbar. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until tomorrow, you'll see us then. Toodles, let's go, Brandon.